rarely do I say I'm excited to get a system. I did say it with my MacBook, because that was actually a genuinely exciting system. But this time, and these just look like beige boxes, and they are. But I'm actually pretty excited about these. Mainly because the first one I grabbed, and there was a new batch of computers, but most of them were mid to early 2000s that were just, generic budget builds. But this one is a server. There's a PowerMate Enterprise. Runs supposedly a Pentium 2. With the design for Windows 95/NT silk screened onto the plastic, which is interesting as opposed to having the sticker. This is an NEC brand. I paid $3. It's as is. It was originally the property of Kaufman and Broad. Don't know what company that is. Has similar styling to the Dell PowerEdge servers and some of the HP servers of the 90s. Next system that I grabbed is a Compaq with, and now I can call my channel a Real Tech channel. I finally have one of the CD Writer HP Plus optical drives and a DVD drive. But this is a Compaq Presario 5660. Also $3. I think it said Pentium 2. Yeah, Pentium 2. And Windows, I think that's 98. I wonder if I can still claim this rebate. I looked inside of one of them. I don't remember which one, but one of them still has the screws. I don't know, and I think it had a hard drive. One of them has a hard drive. I don't know about the other one. I don't know if any of these work, as is, with all the computers I ever get. I don't know if they work until they work. So I'm gonna plug in this drive first. I'm gonna put this on the tripod, and then we'll see what happens. So our computer is plugged in. The keyboard, mouse, video, all plugged in. And without further ado, let's press the power button. It is beeping, and we have no video. Guess we'll have to take a look inside. I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod and dig around in the computer. So we got the top cover off, and let's come around to the side and see what's wrong. Okay, we have a processor. Oh, we have no RAM. But there's a video card with what looks like a video memory expansion slot. Probably some ATI branded. There is a hard drive, that's good. We have our floppy drive and an optical drive. Oh, wait, no. Nope, no optical drive. So I'm gonna rummage around and grab some RAM. Okay, I just found a random slot of RAM on a shelf in my workshop. I don't know the speed, don't know the amount of RAM, but it pops right in. So we'll see what happens. Let me just put this back on the tripod. Have our can of air ready. Blow any dust bunnies out if we find any. And time to press the power button after I plug the power cord in. Okay, computer's turning on. And hard drive is spinning, but still no video. So this video card, which is in this workstation, is an ATI Rage Pro 2X, which the reason, well, autofocus. The reason why I'm mentioning it is it has onboard video memory. I think 4 megabytes or 8. Oh wait, that's right, it's written on the bottom. I think it's either 4 megabyte base with 6 megabyte added, or 4 megabyte base with 8 megabytes expandable. But there's at least 4 megabytes of video RAM. I think what happened was this was installed and someone removed the video RAM module. I have a spare one, so I can add it back. So I don't know if it's that the onboard video RAM has failed and I need to add back the expansion card, the expansion module, or there's something else wrong with this. I really only bought it for the parts. Because, I mean, $3, you can't say no. I mean, unless it was free. I mean, free would have been cheaper than $3. I was partially correct in my assumption. Where'd it go? The RAM stick that I attempted to use, which is Samsung brand, this guy, it's probably dead or it's the wrong kind, like speed. So I dug around in my box and I got an NEC OEM, which shouldn't really make a difference, but I'll see if that changes anything, because it might be the RAM that's dead. So press the power button, put an NEC branded stick of RAM in, and what do we get? So we good boot. 233 megahertz Pentium 2. Okay. And BIOS. I also cleared the BIOS. Yeah. Oh. There's no password. I mean, there's a password. Okay. There's probably a jumper to clear the BIOS password. Okay, invalid. I do not like to have it wipe the hard drive. So I'm going to look on the motherboard for a jumper to change. I'm going to deal with that later. This way at least we have the system booting. And then you can see what's on the system. Okay, F1 to resume. There's the boot password. Okay, I'm gonna have to be looking up how to change or reset those passwords onto the next computer. So I have the compact up here, brought it up and was gonna plug it in, but I heard some stuff rattling inside. So making sure that, you know, maybe there's some screws loose. Don't want to start up with screws loose, so it doesn't start anything out. I undid the, case screws, these guys, and then I started to pull the case back, and some cables fell out. So I definitely knew I needed to film this, because I think it's going to be something inside. Take the cover off. I don't have a good feeling. So, let's see what we have in here. Oh my god. Well. Okay. These are our USB, so those are kind of useful in our FireWire cable. Here's a case fan. Okay. Here's our case fan vent. Oh, and here's a bunch of random stuff that's been ripped off the motherboard. Some random screws. And, okay now. That used to be a PCI slot. Okay, and there's no processor. And there's no RAM. Oh, and the RAM slot is destroyed. And the serial port was ripped out. I am going to see if, grab my flathead, if that video card has been damaged. Because the video card was actually kind of why I bought this. If it is damaged, then I'll have basically wasted $3, or essentially paid $6 for the other system. So, take this screw out. Get the other one. Easier said than done. Come on. I'm gonna have to grab the Torx bit. Got the Torx screw out. Now to remove this little panel, unplug our VGA cable, and pray that it hasn't been destroyed. So, it has a rather interesting video connector that I don't think I've ever seen. Okay, moment of truth. It is seemingly not damaged. It is an HEI Rage LT Pro. Huh. It's a DFP connector, whatever that is. What is the thing next to it? Set this on the ground. That's okay, that's a phone modem. So, let's see, we have a floppy drive with a broken floppy button, okay. I'm gonna pull the optical drives. Here's more of the absolute carnage. Just bits of plastic, random screws ripped out, thrown to the side. So I grabbed everything of value, or relative value. I'm not going to get the power supply, I don't really have a use for it, and it might be dead. Oh, wait, I forgot the floppy drive. I got the optical drives. FPS screwdriver view. So I'm going to take all the fasteners I can, just, you know, to have them for use, because fasteners are kind of hard to get. And then go back to looking at the other system to see if I can reset the BIOS and boot password. Yeah, this one's completely trashed. Completely trashed. Oh, hey. I can harvest these jumpers and use those to reset the BIOS. So there's some added value. Oh man, even down here, just ripped off, completely torn off. Okay, well, this goes to e-waste. Good news, everybody. I figured out how to reset the password. So down here, and I'll show you on the cover, there's a jumper, little blue jumper there. Where my finger is, there. You have to move it into the 2-3 mode. So on the inside cover, you have to put it in configuration mode. That will clear the BIOS password. And now let's just see if it clears the boot password. And boot the system. Let's try the system. No, no. So I cleared. So I have to find some way to clear the supervisor password, because it seems to be a set. Okay. I don't know the current password. Okay. Maybe there's some other way. Boot time, enable that. And I don't know if the CMOS battery is even good. I'm gonna knock the tripod over. I'm gonna guess that it might not be. So I'll now have to figure out how to do that one. So I'm going to save the changes, and jumper must be returned to normal position for settings to take effect. Okay. Well, let's just see if the system boots anyway. And maybe I have to change it to like setup mode or something. It's in configuration mode, but so it's detected the disk, and okay, so I do have to change the jumper. Okay, so wow, it has the original install. NEC branded and everything. Wow. I don't know what the supervisor password is, so that might be an issue. But we're gonna see what's on the computer. That'll be exciting. Running Windows 95. So I'll have yet again another Windows 95 PC, a beige box. And it can fit 1, 2, 3. It can fit 3 add-on discs and stuff. Okay, we're at a desktop. Well, we're at the desktop loading. Just hit escape and then it boots right in. It's real secure. Especially if you don't know the password, you just hit the escape button. There's something down there on the front that I thought was like an LED display speed readout, but it might actually be an infrared and IR receiver blaster. Okay, that's updated clock. It's fine. 97, close enough. That's close enough to today's date. Okay, so we have a bunch of personal files that I have no use for. Let's see. What is Coachella? I mean, I know it's a music festival, but this is another reason. When you donate your computer, there's two extremes. There's the person that destroys everything in the computer, thinking that everything contains data. And there's the other person that's so careless that they just hand over their system with sensitive business information. I'm not going to do anything with this. I'll format the drive and delete all the files. I have no use for this. The files, that is. But it's like you have the first section of the people that just go insane, and this needs more RAM. Running 16 megabytes in Windows 95 is, yeah, no. Especially with this system. But yeah, it's two ends of a spectrum. You either have the person that freaks out and destroys everything, pulls out the memory sticks, pulls out the graphics card, thinks everything holds data, smashes the hard drive, drills through it with a drill, and starts stabbing the system board, versus the person that doesn't do anything, doesn't take the hard drive out, doesn't, and this case didn't have any case screws, so it's not like the case had, oh, no, duh, oh. Okay, so it was a network drive. That makes sense for why it's not showing up. Okay, wow, there is a lot of software on here. But yeah, this stuff I have no use for. I don't care about. It's now trying to open a Microsoft Access account. Okay. I might have to cut because I don't want to, show personal information. What I'm trying to get at is, you either have the person that freaks out and destroys everything to get rid of the data, or the person that doesn't care. There has to be a middle ground. There has to be someone that goes, oh, hey, maybe I should take the hard drive out and just donate the system, or maybe I should format the hard drive. I don't care if the system has a hard drive or not, but if you're going to actively trash the system and then donate it, there's no use for the system. I mean, yeah, I got the optical drives, but there's no use for a system that's been trashed. It's just e-waste. I basically just paid $3 to then have the privilege of taking it to the recycler. Congratulations. You won a prize. Wow. So I'm going to dig through my box for more memory and bump up the memory count on this system, because there's a lot of things starting up. And then shut it down, clear out the personal files, and then we'll kind of look and see what the system has. So I just found what is probably my last stick of this type of RAM. It is 128 megabytes. I'm going to put this in the system and see what happens. Because, well, actually I'm going to dig around the system first, the specifications. It's definitely running pretty slow. Yeah, 16 megabytes of RAM. Packard Bell. So NEC is Packard Bell? Gonna upgrade the RAM and then see what else is on the system.